going to be your daily for April 16th, the daily reading for April 16th. It's general. It's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. It's not over any specific area of life. We just read what comes out. April 16th, 2021. I hope these messages find everyone in good health and good wealth and good spirits. Thank you all for allowing me to connect with you. Thank you for your support. Please excuse the sniffles and any coughs or heavy breathing you might hear. I'm showing up though, okay? I'm showing up. All right. I trust that the strongest messages that need to be heard will come through for those, or even that one that needs to hear it, all right? April 16th, 2021. Let's see what's going on. Two of Wands. Five of Cups. All right. Queen of Swords. All right. It looks like in the recent past, a situation arose where someone may regret their decision making. It looks like it feels, excuse me, like they may have tried to go out on a limb, do something new, do something that they weren't necessarily familiar with, take a different path, go a different way. It does look like this created some loss, either that they felt within themselves, or that they created that feeling possibly in another. Maybe the other person feels like they lost them. Nonetheless, that there's some regrets that they feel over some decisions, and was that really fair? Like, did they do the right thing? I feel like both parties, I feel like we're definitely dealing with at least two people, if not more. And everyone kind of is up in the air about their feelings right now. Did they do the right thing? I'm seeing like Maat scale. So I do feel like there's a question of what is the right thing to do, like what's morally correct. Let's continue. Nine of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So in the present situation, what I'm seeing is somebody did what they wanted to do. They felt like they did what they felt was right for them at the time, likely a financial decision. This could be somebody who really relocated for work. This could be somebody that just up and quit their job one day. This could be somebody that needs to do this because this is the present situation. So, this could be past energy of thinking about what they're going to do, and present energy of like, okay, now it's time to move. It's time to make a move, especially with this Ace of Swords, making a clear decision, making an intellectual decision even, okay, getting out of poverty. And what is poverty really but a mindset? Okay, so you may make enough to pay your $1,000 a month rent, your, $800 a month in utilities, your $1,000 worth of car payment and insurance, and whatever else you have going on, phone bills, internet bills, cable bills, sports fees for your kids, whatever, right? You may make a comfortable $6,000 a month. But if you want bigger, and if you want more, well, then that comfortable $6,000 no longer becomes, it's no longer comfortable. You need more, you need bigger. So, and someone could be just as happy living off of $2,000 a month. So that's really just like, what does that mean? I do feel like there's some discrepancy, which is why I gave that example, because I feel like one person may not necessarily understand why it's not enough for the other person. And that's really not for us to say, But I do feel like this person, one of these people here definitely like wants more. They want more luxury. They want, you see her here with this glass of wine and these grapes, sort of always thought of, sort of more of a rich food, food for the rich, sort of luxury items, status items. I'm hearing status items. So yeah, I'm seeing this person like take this opportunity and make a clear decision to move out of this state of poverty, move out of this state of loss, But I do see that, in the past they were really pondering what they were going to do. Eight of Wands. The Judgment. Yeah. Overall energy is this Knight of Pentacles here. Again, I feel like this has like been thought of long and hard. Look at the Hanged One. All right, perception and being stuck in limbo on a decision. I feel like this decision may well tear two people apart. At least for the time being. This may be, I'm hearing, yeah, like this may be where we have to part ways. Okay. And it may not be, one person may not be able to make the move. There are some that will be able to, but there are some that just can't. I'm hearing my life is here. My kids are here. My family is here. Okay. They're not really willing to make that move. It does feel for many like this is a move, a relocation, with better opportunity for at least one person involved. And the other person simply doesn't want to make that move or doesn't feel like they can, doesn't feel like I said, I'm seeing that Mayat scale. So I'm seeing one person here really weighing the pros and cons of this situation. And yeah, I am seeing somebody, left behind, unfortunately, where they are detaching from the situation and they are one, here's the thing about this reading. This person feels like they have to do what they have to do to get where they feel like they need to be. And there's really nothing you can do about that but support a person. So, and I will say this, there's not a lot of emotions in this reading. This is really about like logic, money, success, three-dimensional work. This is a very like practical approach to a life decision. Okay, that is happening now. There's some fast action here with this Eight of Wands and messages. So I don't feel like these two, if this is resonating with you, I don't feel like you're going to be like out of, complete communication. If this is you and a loved one or you and a partner or whatever, I don't feel like you're going to be out of complete communication. However, this will, they say distance makes the heart grow fonder. I don't know if that's true. That's just what they say. They also say if you really want to get to know a person, if you want to get to know who you are again as individuals, you take some time apart. And at the end of the day, if you still want to come back together, then maybe it's real. Is that true? I don't know. Again, that's just what they say. So I do see this being an opportunity for two people to really go in deep into the heart space and see what they really want. I don't know how that's going to end up, because I am seeing two people still currently stuck in, and then look, you get the card of inspection, the Page of Swords. Two people still kind of stuck in this decision, stuck in limbo. Let's go through and clarify a little bit. Let's see. Whoa. Look at that Two of Wands with that Three of Hearts. Somebody really, look, I will say this. This is not an easy decision for anyone involved. That's why they spent so long deciding. And this also doesn't necessarily have to be, look at that. The Five of Pentacles comes to clarify the Five of Cups. Okay. It also doesn't have to be necessarily with another person. This could just be someone arguing with themselves. This could be the one person, trying to decide if they really want to leave this job that they've been at for the last 10 years. What's that going to look like on my resume? What's that going to look for, I have to work that much more to retire with a company, or whatever the choice may be. But it has been thought about long and hard. This was not just some over the night, fly by the seat of the pants decision. This has been really tough. Okay. And also a decision that is someone truly understands and has understood the nature of this decision. Meaning, they fully understand that they can't just make an abrupt decision and go for it, okay? They They get it. They get that this is going to change everything, and they're not trying to be hot and cold, and they're not trying to bounce all over the place. Okay, so there's someone I'm hearing questioning the stability of this person. Well, you just move around a lot, you bounce around a lot, why I'm hearing, why did you start this with me? Why did you tell me these things? Why? If you knew you were going to move, if you knew you were this unstable as a person, if you knew you weren't happy in this city or in this place or at this job, like, why would you start this with me? Well, that was not the intention. Okay, they thought they were okay at the time, and then here's the thing: people change. Okay, they fully understand what this decision is going to mean. They understand the ramifications, if you will. They get it, but it's something that they feel they need to do. See, the Two of Swords up here, Two of Diamonds down here. They have to do this. They have to make this decision. It almost feels like someone like growing up again. Like, not this person is likely an adult. I don't feel like I'm dealing with immature energy. I don't feel like I'm dealing with adolescent energy, college kids, kids going out on their own for the first time or anything like that. I really don't. But it does have this feeling of like growing up again, like adulting again, like making an executive decision, like making a big move. Kind of like that first time you got out on your own. Interesting. It's interesting. It's like, I have to do this for me. I have to do this. And it is stressful. That's the thing. The money for them, it is a very stressful situation. Okay. They want more. They require more. It's not showing up here in the cards in the reading, but I am feeling quite a bit of sadness. This person doesn't really want to leave the people or person behind, but they feel like they have to do whatever it is they need to do. I'm also getting a little bit of like workaholic energy. So I can see how the other person is a little bit upset at this person. That's probably why it was coming through in the beginning. Like, why isn't this enough? One person here really can't understand how the other person is just simply not satisfied with everything that they have. Queen of Swords, Queen of Diamonds. I love it. Which is related to the Queen of Wands. This person, here's the thing. Is this like a midlife crisis or something? This person needs to feel independent. This person needs to feel like they're doing something on their own. They have to do this for them. The other person, though, may well be perceiving it as though this person wants to be on their own, wants to live a single life, wants to portray themselves as the baddie or the bachelor or the bachelorette or this, strong, independent, single person. I don't necessarily know that that's true. I don't necessarily know that that's not true. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't know that this person fully understands if that is what they're doing or not. It may be, it may not be. This is literally looking something like I don't want to say like a midlife crisis. I was, kind of being funny there, but it is a situation where somebody needs to reinvent themselves, redefine themselves, refine themselves. And so it is scary. And there's also an aspect of this, like, how do I explain? Like, these two people really care for each other. Or whatever this is. Like, there is love here. There is love here. And it is 100% real. If it's this person with family, this person with a romantic partner, the everyone cares about everyone, but not everyone is able to see it from another light. Not everyone is able to see it from another perspective, from the other person's perspective. Because there's a lot of why. I'm hearing a lot of why. Like, why did you tell me this or build this life with me? Or, I'm seeing kids, why did you put me in this school to make my friends and now I have to be ripped away from them, or I have to stay with the other parent? Like, I don't want to live with my dad, but I want to stay here in this town and finish school, or, whatever the situation may be. But I am hearing a lot of whys. Like, why did you do this? Why did you set this life with me? Why did you tell me you love me? Why did you tell me you would marry me? Why did you tell me you want a kid? Why? And on the other side, the other person is like, I meant everything I said. Why can't you see that I have to do this for me? Why can't you see this is the next part of my journey? Why can't you understand I want more for me? I want more for us. Why can't you? I mean, there's a lot of whys and not a whole lot of, okay, let me try to look at this a little bit from your point of view. And I don't think it's selfishness like on purpose. I don't think anyone here is being selfish on purpose. Like I said, you can clearly see up here, this has been thought about for a long time. What it really looks like is it's just time. It's what somebody wants. And at the end of the day, that's what they're choosing, is what they want. They want the finer things for themselves, for their people, but a lot happens in that space of growth. And that's kind of another thing that's going on here. You have people, or at least one person, that is a little bit scared of being outgrown. Okay, you got the Six of Spades here over this Eight of Wands, and you're ending out with the Six of Swords. This is the same energy in this row. I mean, this person has made up their mind. They're going. So if you're resonating with this energy, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good to fight this situation. If this is you with you, and you're still having some internal conflict, and you're still beating yourself up about the decision that you've made, you've already made the decision. You already know what you want. Why are you still beating yourself up? You might as well make peace with that baby and go on and do you. And if it's you with another person or another person with you, kind of the same thing. I feel like there's a bigger wedge being created here than is necessary. Of course there's going to be sorrow and heartache and heartbreak. Of course, but also they're looking at the heart, okay? Yeah, okay, so there's a few things going on here. Yes, the person that's making this move feels extra guilty. They feel like they're deceiving someone, and perhaps they are, because here's the thing, whatever is being left behind, it is a lot. And you did make the decision ultimately to lay down that life, to say those words, to make those promises, to build that that space with another or others. Okay, so there is a lot being walked out on here and left. But if you're gonna stay there and be miserable and make everyone else miserable too, I mean, then I don't blame you for going. But you also you have to understand where the other people are coming from, and you have to understand why you may be beating yourself up. Okay, you have to, but you are going to have to make peace with it. Now, on another, I don't really even want to speak this into existence. The reason why I continue to reiterate, like, you need to let it go, you need to make peace, you need to go, you need to let go, you need to do, you need to let them do. Because there's another situation, there's another scenario playing out here. Same energy, a little bit different energy. This one, kind of this dual thing that's playing out here. This okay, we got two paths. This person is going to find ways to try to please everyone, and it's just not possible. It's just not possible in this instance. So what is starting to play out here is a person that finds other ways to become new, become whole, live almost a double life, okay, in the dark, behind the scenes, while still trying to please this other person. So the other person thinks that they're happy because what they're being shown on the surface, they're getting what they want. They think the other person is staying. The other person is still going. They're just only halfway going, and now they're doing it in a very hidden, secretive, deceptive way. See? Four diamonds. The overall energy is this person needs to do what is right for them. It's their divine path. And they have been thinking about it a lot. This is not some abrupt, crazy, out of the, blue decision. This is something that is very, very real and very, very true for them. Okay? Let's see if we can't get some advice. It's tough. It's a tough situation. It's just one of those things, Caution. I believe that's for the second one. Like, you can't, you honestly, you shouldn't make someone do something that they don't want to do, or back them in a corner where they feel like they have to please you or please the ones around you or the family or, whatever, because usually they're gonna find a way to get what we want. We're humans and we have beautiful human brains, and the human brain is capable of so much, but one of the things that it naturally does is find solutions to problems. Okay, it's constantly like calculating and analyzing and going into scenarios and working out problems. It's a problem solver. Okay, it creates solutions, and so it's not just going to sit and be unhappy for the rest of its days. We're not robots. And so when we find solutions to problems like this, where there's really no way to please everyone, you end up with a lot of deception and this sort of double life. You also create a space for a person where they feel like they can no longer be open with you. You create a space for a person where they feel like they have to hide things from you. They have to sort of be someone else when they're with you. They have to create a whole nother sort of persona or lifestyle or facet of their life where they can be who they were truly trying to step into whenever they felt as though you shut them down. Now, I'm not saying you shut them down, and I'm saying you and them, and I honestly don't even know who I'm talking to. Energy is fluid. Don't take no offense, no judgment. Please just put it where it is supposed to go. But the other person, it's hard to not put anyone in a character and get a point across. So you may not even be trying to shut them down. You may just be overly passionate, or not even overly passionate, but just extremely passionate about expressing the way that you feel, and not realizing that you may be making them feel like they're backed in a corner and they can't express themselves. So you got the Ouija board here, which is a line of communication, and it's also communication. I would say this is nonverbal communication, right? This is because it is communication with the other side. So be very cautious of how the communication is coming across. Okay, the sighs that are felt, the cold shoulder. If someone realizes that they've upset you, and the situation or the conversation is getting heated, and there's nothing they can do about it, and they go, because I'm literally seeing someone. It's like I'm seeing two people standing in a kitchen, and they're having this conversation, and it's getting a little bit heated, and they both kind of like let their arms down and let out a big sigh. And the one person, the female, she like turns her, almost her entire body, definitely her head and her shoulders, but nearly her entire body, and turning her back to the other masculine energy. And the masculine energy tries to like grab the shoulders and across the breast, and like lean his head. And the female, kind of does a shrug and takes a step forward, like, don't touch me. I get it. I get that you're upset, but when you are doing those things, like that you're making it, you are shutting yourself down, but you're still expecting the other person to be open, and it's just not going to work that way. So be very, very cautious of the all of the forms of communication and the way they're being perceived and received in this energy. Okay. All right, you will receive confirmation from a higher power. All right, and it will work in your favor. Now, that being said, You're going to see signs and confirmation and synchronicities, but you will have to be open to it. And that's going to take both people or even just one person. Because here's the thing, you can't really make other people's decisions for them any more than you can play out their own karma. Okay. You kind of have to do what's best for you. And so if you feel like it's best to let this go, and it is best to let this go and let it play out the way that it plays out. Here's the thing though, for the ones that can find it in them to trust the process, I really feel like y'all are going to come back together again, especially with this 3 of Hearts up here. I really feel like there will be a time that you will reconcile. But here's the thing. You may be 2 totally different people, and your relationship may take on a whole nother sort of look or feel. It may not be necessarily a very close friendship. It may not be necessarily a romantic relationship, or husband and wife, or husband or wife and wife, or whatever. It may not be, the fighting. You may, like, let's say this is parent and child. You may fight constantly right now. When you come back together, you may be the closest you've ever been. Let's say this is 2 best friends, and that you're really mad, like your best friend is leaving and you're really hurt. When you come back together, you may be romantic partners. Let's say you're romantic partners and you're trying to make this work. When if you allowed this to happen and trust the process, when you come back together, you may not be romantic partners anymore, but you may be the best of friends you've ever had. Or you may be romantic partners still, closer than you've ever been. So it's just, I do see this working in your favor, but it will take trusting the process, at least on one person's part. Now, you can't do anything for the other person other than be honest. But that's what I have for you today, everyone. I hope you got something from that. Leave me a comment below and let me know how that resonated with you. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time.